was just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Whoa, 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 ahoy, whoa, whoa, whoa. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and teddy pants less. From the kickoff to the final whistles blow, we'll take the two and then we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we lay down our bets. No serious analysis, no expert critique, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. Sideline jokes and post-match tales, all the big goofs and epic fails. We're not so serious and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our steins. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Wasted world of sports, here's to more cheers. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer. the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey! Ahoy! We're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Whoa, 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 ahoy, whoa, whoa, whoa. Scrums and tries, they're all well
Wasted
and good.
world of sports, eh?
But we're here for the jokes and teddy pants.
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack.
Ahoy!
He's nearly taken security's head off.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.
It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the play.
Yes, Wasted World of Sports crew, ahoy. How's everybody doing? Nice to have you along, as always. Very excited for this game, and we've got a twist nice and early in this one because I can tell you it is absolutely bollocking down at CommBank Stadium. Now, that changes everything. Well, almost everything. We'll talk about that momentarily. Odd Poppet, Gamer Mel, ahoy there. Channel members, nice to see. Nice and early. Coming in and joining us. Jason Calloway, we've got there. Ahoy, mate. Michael, 7862. Ahoy, buddy. Welcome along as we get ready for this one. Rabbitohs Pavel. Ahoy, mate. Jenkins and McLean and my multis. You know it. Casey McLean back in the team tonight, returning from injury. Got a feeling that he goes straight onto the try scorers list. So, talking about try scorers and whatnot, as I said, a little bit of a twist in the tail. It is absolutely belting down here at CommBank. And, well, I say here at, as if to imply that I'm there as well. It's bollocking down there at CommBank Stadium. Now, we know the Panthers don't necessarily perform well in the wet. This raises another question of mine. I can't help but notice, I don't know if this is just me, chat room, have you experienced this as well? I've been absolutely floored this week in the lead up to this game around social media, in the media as well, like the Queensland-based media. I'm talking about on Kevin Walters' podcast and Billy Slater's podcast and things like that. I can't explain this, and I'm hoping somebody in the chat room can explain it for me. The positivity, the lippiness. Let me just put it this way. I have not heard Brisbane Broncos supporters this lippy and this confident about anything since the finals run last year. The Broncos supporters have been pretty quiet this season. I want to know why suddenly, now that your season is over, your season done and dusted, 2026 gone. May as well, book your tickets to Bali for the final series. Why? Where's all this confidence come from suddenly? Like, honestly, you would think that this is a top of the table clash and I'm all for confidence and wishing the best. I'm all for reverse psychology as well. Maybe that's it. But yeah, I'm so curious. I understand that this is one of the strongest Broncos teams that they've been able to field this year. Almost full strength. And I say almost because for whatever reason, they still haven't picked Billy Walters. Billy Walters remains extremely underappreciated for last season. All the applause, all the focus goes on Reece Walsh. I understand he's part of the back three. He's the poster boy of the game at the moment. I understand it. He's going to get all the attention. But, take Billy Walters out of that squad and we're seeing what's happening. Billy Walters goes really unappreciated for getting the Broncos across the line last year, in my opinion. But anyways, it just seems really weird to me that of all the games coming up against the top of the table Panthers, this is seriously the absolute lippiest that I've heard Broncos fans in a long, long time. Caden Murphy, ahoy, mate. Celia Goodman, ahoy. Who would Walters replace? Well, he comes in instead of Corey Pakes. And don't get me wrong, I'm a very big fan of Corey Pakes. But, you know, what Billy Walters just to me goes really, really underappreciated for what he brought to the squad last year. And can't help but notice that, yes, the Broncos have had a massive injury concerns, but there's a big, big absence. And that, to me, is Billy Walters. Celia Goodman, thank you very much for the heart me over there on TikTok. Much appreciated. Caden Murphy, you've got Jenkins, Martin, McLean, and Shibasaki. Oh, I tell you what, my friend, I've got something very, very close to that. Same game multi, Milky Jenkins, Casey McLean, Liam Martin, but instead of Shibasaki, I've got Katoni Staggs. Maori boy, ahoy, mate. Kickoff not far away, 4 minutes, in fact. Cool, JS0783 says up the Panthers. Yes, indeed. Well, this premiership is I've been saying it for a long while now. This premiership is the Panthers to lose. I think this one will be close, though. You know, the Broncos have been given a 14.5 line. I think 14.5 is... I think 14.5 is a bit long, right? Especially Broncos, like I said at the top, it's nearly the Broncos' full-strength team. Nearly. They're just a Billy Walters away from it being their top squad. So I think 14.5 is actually some pretty good value. I might even have a cheeky little dig at that one myself. The last time you did something similar to me, you won. Oh, well, fingers crossed for this one. Fingers crossed. Honestly, Katoni Staggs has just been one of the Broncos' best all season long. I think that the Panthers' defense, the Panthers' defense will probably be all over him as a focus in that back line, which may present opportunities for everybody but Katoni tonight. We'll see. But a couple of things that I think really, really even this game up, apart from the aforementioned, yes, the Broncos, this is probably the strongest starting squad that they've been able to field all season long. Apart from that, it is absolutely bucketing down. The rain, they showed it in the pregame just before. The rain is absolutely hammering down. And we know that the Panthers do struggle a little bit traditionally in the wet. When we've seen the Panthers get ambushed, more often than not, it has been in wet conditions. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's something that surely they've been practicing and building upon. If you know you've got a weakness, the Panthers just don't strike me as the sort of team that have a weakness and don't work on it. They're too structured and too just machine-like. Adam Sweets, ahoy, mate. Here come the teams out onto the field. Broncos out first to a chorus of boos, as you would expect for a Panthers home game. Just 1 second. Ah, oh, that's better. I just had to switch my air conditioning off. Isaah Yeo, one last sip of whatever that is he's drinking. Pickle juice or water. John Benedict, ahoy, mate. Watching here at PNG, welcome along. Papua New Guinea. Isaah Yeo leads them out. Nathan Cleary not far behind. The home side, the Panthers. Peter Clark, ahoy mate. Watching from the Philippines. Yes. Mabuhay. Jaheim Maso. Who do I think is going to win? Oh, I think the Panthers win. It's just in these conditions especially, I don't know that it will be the 14 plus pumping that everybody's expecting, but ready to get this one off and running. Broncos with the kickoff. Panthers will get first use of it. 5 seconds. Whistle is blown. We're off and running in this one. Kickoff down into this near corner. Taken by Blaze Talungi, and from the back fence, Lindsay Smith, as they crab him sideways. 10 out from his own line. Looks to play it quickly. Out of dummy half goes Lussick, catching lazy markers. Well run there by Freddie Lussick. Leota, we had a little bit of a conversation about where Moses Leota may end up. Liam Martin, my boy, takes a 10 short of halfway. And Yo, the settler, 5th and last. Tilo, you're a Penrith fan as well. Nice. Kyle, ahoy, mate. Cleary from halfway sends the kick down. That's a tester in these conditions. Taken well by Karapani. And the Broncos now get their shot. Carl, thank you very much for the heart me over there on TikTok. Much appreciated, mate. Carl _11. Broncos now 10 short of halfway. 3 tackles in. As the rain continues to plummet down. Rain, the great equalizer, right? As we talk about all the time on certain games, certain streams. Rain is the great equalizer. As Haas puts it through the hands now. Mam out for Walsh. Tries to go in and away. But the Panthers defense all over him. He has to come back in field. Pops the loose ball over the top. Staggs takes it on the bounce. And that's the 5th and last for the Broncos. 40 out from the line. They play the ball to nobody. Reynolds has to rush the kick away. Oh, it was a scramble. But they get it down to Edwards inside the 20, who just puts a big don't argue on Ezra. Ezra Mam comes racing out, trying to put the hit on Dylan Edwards, and Edwards was having none of it. Gamer Mel says it feels strange NRL back on Thursday and not NRLW. You forgot the game was on tonight. Yep. For next season, Gamer Mel, a fairly straightforward rule, as Ezra Mam just gets bulldozed again. Not by Dylan Edwards this time, but geez, they are using Ezra as a speed bump tonight. 5th and last on halfway. Cleary down the short side from halfway, puts it high. Coming forward for it, Walsh takes it on the full on the 20. And he drifts sideways. Isaah Yeo lines him up. 3 minutes gone, no score. But yes, Game ML, NRLW during Origin period. Once the Origin period's over, back to business as per normal. Defunk, ahoy, mate. Broncos just short of halfway. Out of dummy half. Hakes with nowhere to go. But they are up in the Panthers half. Reynolds takes it to the line, 5th and last. 40 metres out. Reynolds tries to milk a 6 again. Referee having none of it. Walsh with the kick on the last tackle. Edwards comes forward for it and takes it 5 out. It's a good kick chase. And he's come up with the mistake here, Dylan Edwards. In the wet conditions, and I'm talking, it is absolutely belting down. Dylan Edwards falls to the ground, the ball spills out, and the Broncos will get the first attacking opportunity. 10 metres out. Big lineup out to the left. 15-kilometre-per-hour breeze behind the Panthers in this first half. Here they go from scrum time. Reynolds goes in from Mam in front of the posts. And Ezra flung to ground 10 metres out. Hakes stays left. Reynolds turns it back inside. Oh, big defence from the Panthers. Still 10 metres out. Carrigan on the crash ball. Takes on Moses Leota. A metre to go here for the Broncos. Reynolds for Walsh. Goes out the back now for Staggs. Staggs puts the goose step on. And Casey McLean and Thomas Jenkins do enough to bring him down 5 metres out. Reynolds for Haas. Takes the fifth and last. Stands in the tackle. Right in front of the post here. 10 metres out. They come to this right edge. Grubbering in behind the line. It sets up for Jordan Ricky. And there's the first try of the game. Well, I didn't even think about Jordan Ricky, to be honest. I did not even think about Jordan Ricky. The little grubber kick in behind the line. Now, is Ricky onside? Probably. Dylan Edwards caught under the posts. Expecting it to go left. They come down the short side. Walsh dinks it onto the foot. And Jordan Ricky has the pace. Casey McLean turns but can't get back in time. And the Broncos lead 4-0. Off the back of a mistake from Dylan Edwards. Dylan Edwards, a rare mistake. Four points to 0 with the kick to come. Dream start there for the Broncos. Rain, the great equaliser. Casey McLean, he turns, tries to dive back for it. Oh, Katoni was right there as well. Reynolds moves in, pushes it across the face of the post. Well, you don't see that very often. Adam Reynolds, about 10, 15 metres in from touch. And he pushes it directly across the face of the posts. Wow. You do not see that very often at all. Rugby fella, ahoy, mate. The Rabbits getting a machine of Payne Haas. Oh, can't wait. I cannot wait. Payne and the Haas coming to the Rabbitohs next year. Walsh takes the kickoff. Who's he got running with him? Xavier Willison. Broncos leading 4-0 early on in this one. The absolute perfect start for them. Walsh at first receiver on from Mam. Takes the line on again. Ezra full of running, but not penetrating the line. Primrose, thank you very much for the rose over there on TikTok. Much appreciated. Walsh turns it back inside for Haas. Clint 007, ahoy mate. And Haas will play it on halfway. Walsh puts the deep kick down. Edwards backing up for it. Tries to put the foot back into the end goal. But he's still in the field of play. Can he hold on to the ball this time, Edwards? Yes, he can. 15 out from their own line, the Panthers. And Primrose, thank you very much for the heart me. A rose and a heart me on the TikTok. Hamish McClellan, ahoy, mate. Panthers on play 3. Dominant tackle on Jenkins. McLean drops the shoulder into Ricky. Trying to get some go forward. Yeo. Settler on the 5th and last. They're 10 short of halfway. Cleary puts the high ball up. Not kicking for distance. Putting pressure on the kick chase. What a take from Karapani. And this is decent field position now for the Broncos to start this set. Betcha was paying $13 for a hat trick on Jenkins. Had to jump on it. Nice. Out of dummy half. Pace trying to find some lazy markers. Broncos tackle 4. 5 short of halfway. Stacked down this blind side. Reynolds can't get the ball free though. It's loose on the deck. Walsh knocks it on. And Penrith dive on it on halfway. Adam Reynolds forcing the pass. And now the Panthers have a real opportunity. Their first of the evening. Slow play the ball. Edwards at first receiver. 40 metres out. Panthers just a little slow to start. A little flat-footed. But a try would obviously bring them right. A bit of a wake-up call for them. Jared Hanlon, ahoy mate. 5th and last, 20 metres out. They've raced through this set. Cleary kicks back across the face of the defence. Jenkins takes it. Gets it out the back for Papali'i. He toes it through. Casey McLean not expecting it. And it just rolls over the touchline 10 metres out. Broncos will get the ball back. Caden Murphy, you thought Penrith would be all over this game? I did too, Caden, but then I saw, as soon as I chucked the telly on and saw the coverage, absolutely belting down. The rain. And we know how the Panthers go in the wet. Not necessarily very well. As down the short side goes Piakora. Broncos still inside their own 20. Shibasaki. His first touch of the night, I think. Brings it out to the 30-metre line. Walsh at first receiver again. Lurking around the back is Staggs. Gets the ball back in field for Walsh. Is brought down on halfway. 2 tackles left. Pakes thinks about the short side. Goes back open. And Willison takes the 5th and last. 40 metres out again. Reynolds puts the high ball up. Another tester here for Edwards. This one's a lot closer to the goal line. 7 tackle set. He's able to get the foot back in the in-goal area this time, Edwards. A 7 tackle set for the Panthers. Mook, ahoy, mate. So Adam Reynolds, he's just overcooked that one. But even the forward pack, just a little flat at the moment. To'o. Good carry up to halfway. That's tackle 2. He stands in the 3-man tackle. And that's a lot better for them. Papali'i, 40 metres out from the Broncos line. A slow start to the set for a 7 tackler. It's ended up quite well as now through the hands. Edwards taken down by Ezra out on that right edge. 2 tackles left. 30 metres from the line. Cleary wants it back in field. Yeo goes short. It opens up here for Smith. Needs someone to pass to. Cleary's wrapping around. Puts the grubber kick in. And it's all for Broncos player into touch. Was it played at? Not played at, says the referee. Captain's challenge immediately from the Panthers. Nathan Cleary was lurking in support there. Put the kick in behind the Broncos defensive line. It's clearly deflected. But it's been called not played at here by Reynolds. And he hasn't played at it at the moment, but there he clearly has. That is blatantly played at. And I cannot even believe that the referee on field has missed that. Oh, wait. Yes, I can, because the referees are terrible. That was very, very blatantly played at. Challenge successful. Panthers will go on the attack now 10 metres out. The crash ball from Moses Leota. Broncos hold him up. 5 out from the line. 13 minutes gone. 6 again. Oh, we've got an issue here. We've got a huge issue here. Brendan Piakora has fallen awkwardly. And there is immediately a lot of concern. He's back up on his knees at least. But yes, he got his head in an awkward spot there. Isaah Yeo tramples over the top of him. We got time off here for Piakura to get assessed. Old wise hua. Ahoy, mate. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the heart me. Over there on TikTok. Much appreciated. Darren Ferguson says, surely Penrith turn this amount of possession into points. Scarecrow. Come on, Milky. I need a hat trick. Oh, another one on the Milky hat trick. Piakura leaving the field. No surprise there. Or for a HIA, we've got time back on. Cleary for Talangi. Turns it back inside for McLean. Drifting across field, looking for a gap. Nothing opening up. 10 metres out here, right in front of the post. Play 2. Lussick out of dummy half. Cleary goes right. Out the back for Edwards. Quick hands for To'o. And To'o unmarked. Scores in the corner. And we're all locked up. Brian To'o scores the first try for Penrith. And that was some slick hands out on the right. Lussick for Cleary. Cleary's got the overlap. Uses Alamonte as the decoy. Goes out the back for Edwards. And Edwards taps on for To'o because Karapani was about 10 metres out of position. Try for Brian To'o. 4 points apiece. Kick to come. Michelle, ahoy there. Dan Jam, ahoy, mate. Try confirmed. Old wise hua. You'd like Penrith to lose so the Wars can catch up. Hey, here's the thing. You just have to finish in the top 2, basically. Honestly, whether you finish first or second is largely irrelevant. You've just got to finish in the top 2. So, the minor premiership is a nice little... nobody remembers the minor premiers, put it that way. Unless you're a really, really diehard NRL fan, you don't remember the minor premiers a couple of years after the fact. Nathan Cleary from the sideline moves in. Starts it on target. Stays on target. Cleary converts from out wide and the Panthers lead. 6 points to 4. 16 minutes gone. The Broncos girl, 55, says, let's go Broncos. I've got to say, I read your username and I'm not surprised to see that as the first comment. Whoa. Broncos get us back underway. Darren Ferguson says conversions will definitely be the difference in these conditions. Melinda Porter. Panthers, come on. Piakura ruled out. Piakura ruled out category 1. So there we go. Piakura's night done and dusted. Isaah Yeo carries it out to the 40. 2 tackles left here for the Panthers. Slow play the ball. Edwards goes out the back for McLean. They've created an overlap down the left edge here. Jenkins forced back in field, though. The big D, Dame Mariner, reacted quick enough. 5th and last. Cleary on halfway. Puts the high ball up. Oh, this is a tester. McLean comes through. Everyone lets it bounce. It's batted back by Casey to Papali'i. Jenkins short side. Grubbers in behind Staggs, who retreats for it and offloads for Walsh. Walsh takes it in midfield. 15 out from their own line. Oh, honestly, this obsession with teams letting the high ball bounce, I don't get it. I don't know who started it. I don't know which coach started it, and I don't know why all the rest of the coaches have decided it's a good idea. Unbelievable. It's something that's definitely caught on this season, though. Carrigan at first receiver for Walsh as the Broncos head left. 10 short of halfway. Walsh out of dummy half from inside the 40. Puts a good kick in. Can't get it over the head of Edwards. And Edwards now heads back short side. Taken down by Xavier Willison, leading the kick chase. 18 minutes gone. Or thereabouts. 6 points to 4. Panthers leading. In atrocious conditions. Must be said. Absolutely atrocious conditions. Lussick on halfway. Goes short side for Cleary. There's Liam Martin. Again, using Ezra Mam as a little bit of a speed bump. The high ball. Walsh comes forward for it, and he takes it well, 10 metres out. Karapani drifting across field. Eshe Lad, ahoy mate. First try by Jordan Ricky for the Broncos. The Panthers hit back with Brian To'o. Reynolds into dummy half. Shibasaki out to the 20. Slow set this one for the Broncos. Reynolds kicks early from inside his own 20. Bounces inside the 40-metre line and sits up for Jenkins. Great field position here for the Panthers. Jenkins looks to make it even better as he's tackled 10 short of halfway, staying down his left edge. McLean, welcome back from injury. Casey McLean. Who's that? That's big Isaiah Papali'i, just casually lurking back. And the Panthers march into Broncos territory again. They've just they've got themselves on top here, Penrith. As Talangi plays it. Smith angles back towards the ruck area, beats the first tackle, and he's dragged down from behind, fifth and last. Cleary goes on a run, looks to put the grubber kick in. Played at Broncos, 6 more tackles. Oh, not called again. But he's lost it forward anyway, Cleary. Again, the referee has just completely missed a Bronco playing at the footy. But Nathan Cleary knocks it on anyway, so no harm, no foul. Palinakea Mapa supporting all the way from PNG, Daru Island. Let's go Broncos. Clarence Markin, go Broncos all the way from PNG, 13 plus. That is a bold call as Ezra with the short ball for Willison bends the line on halfway. Payne in the Haas charges upfield and into Panthers territory. Much better set of 6 this one, Broncos. As Walsh puts the kick a little too deep. It hits the crossbar, bounces back into the field of play, and Edwards takes it on the deflection. 5 meters out from their own line. Panthers have been turned around big time here, this set of 6. Talangi out of dummy half. Takes it out to the 20. Jordan Ricky would have been paying a fair chunk, yeah. It was so close as well. So I've gone Jenkins, Staggs, McLean, and Martin. And Katoni Staggs was, of course, the player just outside Jordan Ricky. If the ball skews a little further right, Katoni probably gets that one. Cleary from inside the 40. A low, flat stab in behind the line. Sits up for Walsh on the 20. He fires it infield. That's a risky pass in the conditions. Well handled, though, by the big D. 30 out from their own line, the Broncos. Staggs beats the first, beats the second. And he's brought down by Yeo, 10 short of halfway. That was a good carry from Katoni Staggs. Halfway through the set. And the Broncos back into Panthers territory. Mariner steps back in field. Jenkins has him wrapped up there with the help of McLean. 40 metres out, play 4. Ricky runs into Papali'i and Yeo tripped up. 5th and last, 30 metres out from the line. Walsh puts the kick up. It's going to land about 10 out from the line. Panthers come forward for it. It's there for To'o, no touch. And that'll be a handover, 10 out from the line. Panthers ball. Oh, they've gone captain's challenge here. The Broncos challenge. And I tell you what, look at the look on the face there, Brian To'o. Yeah, I think he knows he's touched this one. This will be a successful challenge. Brian To'o's touched this. Boy, oh boy, this poor old ref, he's having a bit of a stinker, isn't he? Here come the Broncos now, looking to reclaim the lead. Shibasaki will play it on tackle 0, 15 metres out. Shibasaki's left, Caden Murphy. Carrigan on tackle 1, 10 metres out from the line here. Big set of 6 for the Broncos, looking to reclaim the lead. Reynolds, short for Ricky. Don't tell me Ricky gets a double. Who would have had that? Set restart. Ruck infringement. Walsh drifting across field. Reynolds for Mam. They've got an overlap left. Oh, Shibasaki goes on his own. 5 out from the line here. Mam at first receiver. Goes back short side. Easily defended there from the Panthers. Waste of a tackle. That one from Ezra. Whoa, that's a loose ball from dummy half. Shibasaki fires a floater over into midfield. Haas. 10 metres out. Big line up to the right. Carrigan. Loose pass. Bounces nicely for Walsh. Gets it up for Staggs. Staggs 1-on-1. Fights his way through Casey McLean. And slides over in the corner. There's our first tick off the multi. First tick off the multi. Staggs with a big left arm. Don't argue. I believe it was on Casey McLean. And he's able to slide over in the wet conditions. Edwards gets across. But Katoni Staggs, he realises he's close to the sideline and he's able to keep the feet in the field of play. Oh, no, he's not. Hang on, whose foot's that? Is that Edwards? The pink boots will be easy to spot. Ooh, this is close. I say give it to him. I say give it to him. It's simultaneous. This is very, very bloody close, though. Katoni Staggs may have a foot in touch. Dylan Edwards possibly just done enough. Try's been confirmed. There we go. Try confirmed. Broncos 8, Panthers 6. Kick to come. David, ahoy, mate. Katoni Staggs, 1-on-1. The left arm shoving Casey McLean off. And I wonder if Katoni Staggs is saying this is our house. Adam Reynolds right on the touchline. Oh, he's missed another one. Adam Reynolds, tricky kicking conditions, I know, but 8 points to 6. All those misconversions are going to hurt. When you're playing a champion team like the Panthers, you need every single thing to go your way, and you need every single point. Those misconversions could really, really hurt. 8 points to 6. Panthers get us back underway. The kickoff very close to the sideline. Walsh takes it. And Preston Ricky takes the hit up. 15 out from their own line here. The Broncos leading by 2. Jordan Ricky. Oh, and a try for Stags. Yeah. I got so excited about it being in my multi that I forgot to put Stags up as a try scorer. And we've got a penalty now for the Broncos. A tip tackle is the call. Let's have a look at this on the replay. Penalty goes against the Panthers. 15 minutes until the halftime break. Okay. Well, that's probably a penalty in 2026, to be fair. As Walsh sends this into touch on halfway. Here come the Broncos again now. Beyond the halfway mark. Jarko Robertson, ahoy mate. And Immortal Wolf. Mam drifting across field for Reynolds now. Jordan Ricky, well read by Talangi. And he makes a good hit too. Blaze Talangi up against Jordan Ricky. Did well to make that hit. Reynolds turns it inside, this time for Preston. 40 metres out. Walsh gets the offload back for Pakes. Reynolds turns it inside for Haas. And Payne in the Haas. Oh, he's a big unit. They finally bring him to ground 20 metres out. Halfway through the set here, the Broncos. Walsh bobbles the ball, gets the pass out for Stags. Bumps off McLean. Talangi comes at him. 2 tackles left. Boy, Casey McLean, he's having some trouble there controlling Stags. As Carrigan with the settler on play 5. 10 metres out from the line, just to the right of the posts. Pakes goes left for Reynolds. Through the hands, they're going to go. Walsh with the short ball to Preston Ricky. Xavier Willison, my apologies. And Willison surrenders in the tackle. A rather meek and meaningless end of set there, it must be said. Maria Weldecki. Go Broncos, 1-12. Eshe Ladd says Panthers will come back. Especially if the Broncos keep missing their kicks at goal. That's just zero scoreboard pressure on the Panthers if you miss your kicks. Up to halfway now as Sorensen's on the field, it looks like. Or is that Phillips? The kick in over the top on play 4, trying to catch the Broncos napping. And Karapani brings it back in field. So these early kicks from the Panthers haven't really worked out. So far, anyway. Labes, ahoy, mate. Let's go, Karapani. We got 1 tick off the multi. I need a big second half. Well, there's still 12 minutes to go in this half. But still, I'm going to need a big second half. Tony Staggs, the only tick so far. So it's all Panthers, all up to the Panthers in the second 40. As Walsh turns it back inside for Mam. Easy read there for the Panthers defense. 5th and last. Walsh will put the high ball up. Another tester here for Edwards. 10 out from the line. Edwards loses it. It's there for the Broncos. Ricky, numbers out the wazoo left. Can they get it there? Shibasaki goes short for Willison. And Big Xavier wasn't even thinking about a pass. He was not thinking anything but taking the hit up. Now Talty, a meter out from the line. Reynolds for Carrigan. Walsh now goes short for Jordan Ricky again. 10 out from the line. on this right edge. 11 and a half remaining in this opening 40. Preston held up a metre out. 3 tackles gone. Carrigan for Reynolds. Steps back in field. Reynolds tackled in front of the posts. 10 metres out on play 4. Pakes goes right for Walsh. Grubbers in behind the line, Walsh, and it sits up for Casey, a metre out from the line. They drive over the top and push Casey back into the in goal. The tackle had already been made, though. That's stupidity from Reece Walsh. Penalty Panthers. Absolute silliness there from Walsh. The second effort in the tackle. They could have had the Panthers a metre out from their own line. Tuiamitu, ahoy, mate. Dane Mariner is playing, yes. The big D. Panthers off the back of that penalty. Oh, they get a 6 again as well. A ruck infringement. 30 metres out, right in midfield. And another set restart. Broncos offside. Yeo takes a 10 short of halfway. Lussick bringing it back to the left. Edwards thinks about shifting down the line, but he takes it into the Broncos half. Sorensen dummies and goes straight through. Sorensen with a clean line break. Cuts back in field. Has the pace. Sorensen slides across the line. Has he got it to ground? It'll go up as no try. Scotty Sorensen makes the clean line break. He cuts back inside Reece Walsh. And it looks like he's held up here. There's a tangle of players. There's no way he gets this to ground. And it's Dane Mariner who's got his feet in under the ball. And that was a pretty easy one there. But what a run from Scotty Sorensen. Manor Hub 27, ahoy there. Kiza. I'm using a Rode Procaster. For those interested, as Cleary drifts across field. Cut out pass right for To'o. Tries to duck under the tackle of Ezra. And he's brought down 5 out from the line. Edwards into dummy half. Alamotti at first receiver. Cleary coming back in field. Sorensen, 5th and last, 10 metres out. Cleary dinks it in over the top, looking for Jenkins. It's been lost by the Broncos, and Reynolds takes it over the sideline. Penrith will get the ball back. Gone in touch just to play the ball. It was batted back by Jenkins initially, and then it was off the foot of Mariner. Reynolds has to scramble. Liam Martin now, 5 out from the line. Taken in the tackle. 8.5 minutes to go till the break. Yeo. Right in front of the post here, 5 out from the line. Cleary wants it left. Talangi steps back in field though. 5 metres out, still in front of the post here. Lussick for Cleary as they head right. They've created space. Edwards with the cutout pass to To'o. And again, Karapani, 10 metres in field. Unmarked Brian To'o. An almost mirror image of the first try. Karapani horribly out of position. To'o with a clean run to the line. Cleary sums it up nicely. Out the back for Edwards. Edwards holds the pass up beautifully. And Brian To'o will score in the corner. A double for To'o. Karapani caught in field for the second time. Easy stuff there from the Panthers. Training drill. An out-and-out training run. That play, I mean, not the entire game so far, obviously. Both of their tries have just been so simple. Seven minutes to go until the halftime break. Nathan Cleary from the sideline. You would back him in. He's already kicked one. Knows exactly where to place it. In these windy conditions, he hasn't taken the ball back too far. Cleary starts this one out to the right. It stays out to the right this time. And it's 10 points to 8. The Panthers leading. Tricky night for goal kicking, that's for sure, in these conditions. Absolutely belting down with rain. LP Sosisi says, go Broncos. Caden Murphy needs a big second half. Yes, and it's all Panthers now. I've got Katoni Staggs. Tick. It's all Panthers now that I need, as the rain looks to have gotten even heavier, to be honest. It's going to make it difficult for these backline tries. Although they seem to be going all right at the moment. Jordan Ricky, the only forward that scored. But that is some really, really heavy rainfall. Lindsay Smith has passed his HIA. Good news there for the Panthers. And a good carry here. 30 out from their own end here. Sorensen plays it. Lussick goes quick. Tries to catch them napping in midfield. 10 short of halfway. Edwards into dummy half for Yeo. Fifth and last, right on the halfway line here for the Panthers. Cleary puts the high ball up. Walsh comes forward for it. Takes it 10 out from his own line. Heads off down the short side. Links up with Karapani. And Karapani can't have the doesn't have the pace on the outside of Martin. And they now drag him over the sideline. Tackle had already been completed, though, much like we saw down the other end. Tackle was completed. Penalty for the Broncos. And they found about 5 meters off the touch finder. It was barely worth it. Honestly, you may as well just tap and go at that point. And go does Shibasaki up to the halfway line. Now Willison back into midfield. 5 minutes until the break. Reynolds dummies back inside for Carrigan. Lussick doesn't fall for it. 40 meters out from the Panthers line. Pace comes right for Mam. Puts the early kick in. Stabs it through into touch. He wanted that to stay in the field of play, of course. Tackle 3, kicking in behind, needed it to sit up. But it skews across the turf and into touch. 10 out from the Panthers line. Still the first half here, Hamish. The Broncos have just gifted possession back to the Panthers. Down their own end, though, in fairness. Joseph Silas says Broncos need to give all they have to win this game. Guys, you can do it. You can do it. Panthers stay down the short side here on the left. 10 short of halfway. Papali'i plays it. 2 tackles left. Space out to the right here. Cleary spots it. 3 on 2. Alamotti flicks it back to nobody, and Ezra will scoop it up and lose it forward. To'o dives on the loose ball. 6 more tackles incoming for the Panthers. And Ezra Mam fired up in back play. He's having a shocker, Ezra. And now some push and shove with Dylan Edwards. Three and a half minutes until the break. Alamotti leaves it at the back for nobody. Ezra can't scoop it up in the conditions. And then some push and shove. Some words spoken. Play the ball here for the Panthers. They've decided to have it at halfway. 3.5 minutes until the break. Panthers up 10 points to 8. Oh, it's a scrum. It's going to be a scrum on halfway. Jules Craw, free beer is best beer. Dexter Mallon, go Panthers. Jarius Henry wants one more try before the break. And hopefully it's Jenkins, McLean, or Martin. 3 minutes until the break. Panthers 40 meters out from the line. Papali'i. Driven back in the tackle. Young Jay says, go Panthers, Sorensen. Oh, that's Liam Henry, sorry. I'll tell you this. Unless I see the number on their back, penalty here for the Panthers, and now push and shove between Haas and Henry. Well, you don't see Payne Haas fire up all that often. You do not see Payne Haas get riled up. I wonder what has provoked this. Well, Payne Haas in over the top. Forearm to the face of Liam Henry. No wonder he's taken offense to it. Penalty to the Panthers. And the Broncos are just a little sidetracked at the moment with the push and shove. Penalty against Payne Haas for that work over on the face. Completely unnecessary. You don't see that very often at all from Payne. Well, and the referee did give a warning. Any more push and shove and somebody's going to have a sit down. I cannot believe that you will get sin-binned for push and shove in 2026. I hate to be that guy, but back in my day, there was push and shove in every single play of the ball. They're going to have a shot at 2 here. The Panthers, Nathan Cleary backs himself here to make up for that missed conversion. And with 2 minutes left on the clock until the halftime break, why not? 30 meters out, just to the right of the posts, and he puts it down the middle. Nathan Cleary, 12 points to 8. Huddy Rollo says, back in my day. I said that to my son the other day. Felt old. Yeah. What makes me feel old is the fact that there's so many kids. Like it's the sons of players that I used to watch back in the day growing up. I used to play when I used to watch as a kid. They were playing, and now it's their sons playing. That's what I was trying to spit out. As Papali'i now, as there's some real emotion in this game. Panthers will get one final set here before the break. Yeah, Kazar, I've got to agree. Casey McLean has been, I know it's his first game back after injury, but he has been quiet tonight. Even defensively, Katoni Staggs has just shrugged him off a couple of occasions. Cleary, cut out pass left. Here's Casey McLean. Draws in the defense, puts Jenkins away. Jenkins kicks back in field. Panthers everywhere. Walsh scoops it out of the sky. A metre out from his own line, scrambling back. And the Panthers have nearly pulled off a miracle on the halftime break. Jenkins, that kick just needed, it needed to bounce on a little bit further. As the halftime siren sounds, it's 12 points to 8. The Panthers with the lead. They almost had a miracle on the halftime break. And some real emotion in this game. You'd put the Panthers slightly ahead, I reckon, going into the break. Well, I mean, obviously they are because they're leading. But I felt like the Broncos were on top for large periods of that half. I actually would have had them if it was just the 2 points difference. Missed conversions have been the thing for the Broncos, obviously. It would have been 12-all if Reynolds put his kicks over. But anyway, we talked about it in the pre-game. We had a feeling it might be close. The Broncos at 14.5. Head start by the bookies was pretty much just giving away money, I felt, which I'm fine with. They can do that all they want. But yeah, 12 points to 8. Oh, if they had have pulled off that try right before the break, that would have been backbreaking. Backbreaking it would have been, obviously. Neil Parker. Ahoy, mates. Listening from PNG. Can't stream on KO. Jules Craw says Broncos fading fast. The problem for the Broncos at the back end of that half, they got too interested in push and shove. Once you get distracted, I mean, we see it. I hate to single out any one player, but we see it happen a lot with Cody Walker, right? Cody Walker, when he gets more involved in the push and shove, his game goes completely off. And I think we saw that from the Broncos in that first half. They started to be more interested in starting push and shove than actually focusing on the game anymore. So halftime came at a really good moment, I think, for the Broncos. They can go into the sheds. Madge can settle them down a little bit, and they can go back to playing footy in the second half with very little harm done. Logie Music, ahoy, mate. Good first half, I reckon, especially with the weather. Absolutely. That's actually what surprised me. Now, I've got 4 backs in my same game multi. Actually, no, I don't. I've got Liam Martin. So I've got 3 backs and a forward in my same game multi. And when I saw the rain bollocking down, I thought, oh, great. I've loaded up on backline players before I've seen the conditions at the ground. And I'm going to pay for it again. But no, both teams not afraid to throw the ball around in the conditions. And that's modern day rugby league, isn't it? The skill set of the modern day rugby league player. And I tell you what, having another sort of back in my day moment, when it was raining, you kept it in tight. We didn't dare throw the ball around in these sorts of conditions. Harakaloa 7783 Panthers to win this game. And they're winning it at the moment, of course, 12 points to 8 at the halftime break. 2 tries to Brian To'o and a penalty goal for Nathan Cleary with 1 missed conversion. 2 tries to the Broncos, both unconverted. Seeker of truth and justice. What a great mission. What channel is this on? This is on Channel 9. And I'm sure it's also on KO Sports. But yes, this one on Channel 9. Bonali. Do you see Israel Folau coming back? I do not. Well, who? Okay. Well, first of all, honestly, who would take him? Who would take the risk anymore? I don't think anybody is desperate enough to need Israel Folau in their squad at this stage of his career. I don't think the Dragons even need him, to be honest, 40, because Dragons have got Drinkwater coming in. Dragons have got Metcalf coming in, Sandon Smith. I know that a couple of those players, obviously, that I mentioned are not backline players, but Mook says the Wars would take him. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think anyone needs him, and who would honestly take the risk on him with all the off-field drama? He can go to Super League, yeah. Israel Folau could absolutely go to Super League and still add some value, I reckon. Winsco Raka. Go the Broncos from Nelly Andex, PNG supporter. Mr. Morph. The dude is 37. Exactly. That's why Super League might be a good option. Dan Jam says, didn't know he was still playing. We don't want him over here. Nah, fair enough, Dan Jam. Honestly, just too much. I don't want to get into it. I've said enough over the years about Israel Folau. I don't want to get into it all over again, but you couldn't trust the guy. Game of Mel says, hopefully it doesn't rain here tomorrow night. Are you off to the game or something, Game of Mel? Julius Cono. Let's go, Mighty Broncos. Reynolds. Greetings from south of Papua New Guinea. Cheers, PNG. Bonner Lee says, what was the saddest retirement for you in the NRL, not for injury reasons? So, okay, so not injury enforced, just a player that I really enjoyed. Whoops, sorry. A player that I'm apologizing to you guys, by the way, for whacking the microphone. I'm not apologizing to the microphone for whacking it. Yeah, so obviously not injury forced, just a player who has called time on their career and moved on from the sport. The saddest. I'll have to have a think about that. Lucas says Milky needs 13 tries to break the record for most tries in a season. Oh, he gets those, surely. 13. Surely he gets those. I suppose it depends if the Panthers keep playing their full squad. Or if Milky might get a couple of weeks off if they've already locked down a top 2 spot. Kermond, John and Alan. Let's go Panthers straight from 2 Mile Hill, Port Moresby, PNG. Now, I ask this question all the time on stream. PNG supporters, you obviously follow rugby league. You obviously follow the NRL. I'm just curious. Shout out in the chat room. When the PNG Chiefs come into the competition, how many of you are just going to immediately... How many of you are going to immediately jump on board with the Chiefs? as your main team? Or do you keep supporting the team you already support and you obviously just support the Chiefs become your second team, if you know what I mean? I hope I'm making sense when I ask that question. Do you drop the team that you currently support and go all in on the Chiefs? Or you stay a fan of your Broncos or your Tigers or whoever you go for and you just support the Chiefs when they're not playing your favorite team? Brizzy Bronx. Oh, yeah. Hey, look, Broncos got smashed with injuries this season. Let's not make any mistake about it. Injuries played a massive, massive part in the Broncos' downfall. As I said at the top of the stream, and I know obviously not everybody was here for the top of the stream, but I did say at the top of the stream, this is close to the strongest team that the Broncos can put out on the park. And it's been a while since they've been able to do that. I still say the only missing piece now is Billy Walters instead of Corey Pakes. And that is nothing against Corey Pakes. I think he's a great player. I just think that Billy Walters added so much last year that went underappreciated. I would even go as far as to say Billy Walters is probably the reason that they won the premiership last year. Because they had injury concerns last year as well. Billy spent a little bit of time on the sideline himself, of course, but yeah, there was a period of time when even the most hardened Broncos supporter last year had written off the season, and Billy Walters just went. He was their best and most consistent player last season, in my opinion, across the entirety of the year. And he doesn't get anywhere near enough credit, and I cannot believe that Madge doesn't select him. I don't know what's going on there, but Billy just doesn't fit into the way that Madge wants the team to play or what. But I personally think, and look, Madge knows a thing or two more than I do. Let's be honest. When it comes to coaching and premiership winning teams, Madge knows a little bit more than I. I can't understand his refusal to use Billy Walters, though. Dulcie Rose, go Panthers. Greetings from PNG. Basumari, ahoy mates. Let's go Broncos. I want you guys to win this game. Support all the way from Papua New Guinea. I've missed some chats here about the very question that I asked. I've got to scroll up and see those. Kerman, you'll still support the Waz. Chiefs will become your second team. There you go. Up the Waz. It's the Waz, yeah. It's simple as that. Panthers Warriors grand final. That'd be cool. All right. I better have myself a quick break before the second half starts. Teams will be out very, very shortly, I'm sure. I'll be right back. Oh, yes. Good timing. Second half about to get underway. 12 points to 8 at the break in favor of the Panthers. Robert K. Cameron. Reynolds Magic will put Walsh across the Panthers line. Broncos fan across the ocean of PNG. Caden Murphy with the hype over on TikTok. Twitch, sorry. Second half up and running. Panthers with the kickoff. And they sort of drop it in on the 10-metre line there for Walsh. Who's he got running with him? Carrigan with the first hit up. Who's driven back in a four-man Panthers tackle. 4 points the difference. Absolutely nothing. There's Ricky. Tackled on the 20. Walsh at first receiver. Mam goes short. And Willison with a good carry. Johnny Michael, ahoy, mate. Big run there from Willison. Gets some go forward. Walsh looks to offload on halfway. He's brought to ground on tackle 4. Good first set of 6. This one from the kickoff. Here's Tolty. Fifth and last, 40 metres out from the Panthers line. Very solid set of 6 to open. Walsh, 40 out, puts the high ball up. And, man, bats it back. It's loose on the deck. Reynolds taps it back for Haas. Haas for Carrigan. Referee's blown the knock on. A play the ball for the Panthers. Desmond Diga. It's obvious most PNG Broncos fans will stay, but still support the Chiefs as their second team. And that's the way, because you can't just stop supporting a team that you've been supporting. Just like that. Welcome back, rugby fella. Set restart here for the Panthers. Sorensen. Another strong carry. Unlucky to not get a try in the first half. Sorensen. Henry goes short. Papali'i bumps away from Reynolds. Flicks it out the back for Edwards. Cut out pass right for Martin. Martin almost goes through. Well tackled by Shibasaki. 40 metres out from the line. Talangi. Pops it up for Papali'i. Another 10 metres here for the Panthers. Slow play the ball. Henry dancing around in midfield. 2 tackles left this set. Smith out the back for Cleary. Short ball. Martin leaves it behind. And it's there for the Broncos. Jordan Ricky out on the right edge as they look to counter-attack. 0 tackle. Stags staying down the short side. Harapani drifting across field. Sorry, that was Mariner. Slow play the ball, this one, from the Big D. Mam, nice short ball for Shibasaki. Falls to his feet as he bends the line, just short of halfway. Broncos have started this second half extremely well. Carrigan almost gets tangled up with Pakes. 40 out from the Panthers try line. Haas settles it up the middle of the park. Fifth and last, he stands in the tackle. He'll look to get a quick play the ball away. Does. Reynolds. Numbers out on the right. Walsh lurking around the back. Grubbers in behind the line. Edwards will come forward for it. And he'll take it 10 out. Gives it infield for Jenkins. And Jenkins will return it to the 20. They've started well to this second half here, the Broncos. To'o as the Panthers shift out to the right edge. Alamotti can't step inside Shibasaki. To'o caught by the collar. Jordan Ricky slings him down. Papali'i down the left edge. Takes on Katoni, Staggs, Tolty, and Carrigan. 2 tackles left here for the Panthers. Edwards onto Henry and into the Broncos half just on the 5th and last. Cleary puts the high ball up. Won't be contestable. Karapani comes forward, takes it on the full, gets away from one, but he's going sideways. And he's taken down on the 20-meter line. Well, this game just, yeah. Great start to the second half by the Broncos. Stay hunky, ahoy, mate. Carrigan stands in the four-man tackle. Good carry there from Carrigan. 10 short of halfway. Walsh turns it back inside for Haas. Payne in the Haas. Brought down on halfway. Walsh on the fifth and last. Puts the high ball up. This one's a little heavy. It bounces, and it bounces over the dead ball line. 7 tackles set. Walsh got that horribly wrong. Seven tackle set here for the Panthers as they look to get themselves out of their own end. Jenkins takes carry 1. They stay this short side for To'o. Don't want to get too close to the sideline in these conditions. Martin angling back towards the touchline. Stands in the tackle just short of halfway. Quick play the ball. Lussick for Cleary. Dummies. And he's brought down 40 out from the line. Cleary. He gets a quick play the ball in. Edwards at first receiver. Drifting out to the left. Talangi. They've got a 3-on-2. Papali'i goes on his own. Reynolds makes the tackle 1-on-1. Talangi. Caught by Carrigan. That's the fifth and last. 30 meters out. Cleary, what's he want to do here? Kicking back for Jenkins. 10 meters out from the line. Jenkins takes it. Fires it out the back. Edwards toes it through. Panthers knock on. It was difficult. Casey McLean couldn't secure the loose ball. Broncos will get the handover. $12 to 8. 7 minutes gone in this second half. Still anybody's game, this one. Broncos with the early momentum in the second half. But it's tough going this set. Tackle 3, they're just outside the 20. Tolty. One of my favorite players, the Tolt. 2 tackles left. Reynolds. Walsh. Harbour Bridge over the top there from Mariner. Jenkins races up on him, makes the hit. And that's the fifth and last. Difficult set, that one for the Broncos. Only 23 meters gained. Walsh from well inside his own 30-meter line gets the kick. Finds the space down the middle of the park. And it sits up for To'o. He goes in and away. And Shibasaki doesn't fall for it. To'o tackled on the 20-meter line down this right edge. Alamotti takes on Xavier Willison. There was only going to be one winner in that battle. Here's Moses Leota, who's got back well. Big Moses up to the 40. Smith out the back for Talangi. Numbers left here for the Panthers. Oh, Talangi loses it in contact. Staggs makes the tackle. Blaze Talangi comes up with the mistake. Broncos will get the ball on halfway. Oh, they had numbers as well. 1, 2, 3, 4 on 3. It was just a one-man overlap. That should have been easy for the Broncos to defuse, but still, they didn't even get the chance. Scrum down for the Broncos on the halfway line. Walsh goes short for Willison. 40 meters out now. Full set of 6. Shibasaki takes it up to the 30. 6 again here for the Broncos. Talty up the middle. 25 out right in front of the posts. 10 gone in this second half. Reynolds back inside for Carrigan. Easy read for the Panthers defense. Carrigan, though, with some good post-contact meters. They're 15 metres out now. Walsh out the back from Mam. Ezra tucks it under the shoulder. 5 metres out. Big open side to the right. Shibasaki goes in to play dummy half. Walsh drifting across field from Reynolds. Thinks about kicking. Goes short for Ricky. Ricky was expecting the kick and he's knocked it on. Jordan Ricky. Adam Reynolds, so convincing he was in the dummy of that kick through that he even fooled his own players. Oh, that's a huge mistake from the Broncos. Massive mistake. Trailing by 4. Season officially on the line. I already think that they're done, even if they win all their games. But season officially done. We can even stop talking about mathematically. As Moses Leota takes it up to the 40-metre line. Sorensen stepping back in field. Yeo ready to come back on for another stint. Panthers halfway through their set. Papali'i up to the halfway line. The rain has just not let up. Edwards for Cleary. Quick hands from Martin Shibasaki. Races up on him. Can't make the hit the first time. Comes back at him the second time. But Martin's up over halfway. 5th and last. Cleary puts the high ball up. Racing through is Alamotti. Putting pressure on Walsh. Walsh takes it well. 20 out from his own line. Well done all around there. Great take by Walsh. Great kick chase and tackle by Alamotti. Now Karapani. A little upright into contact. They've driven him back to the 20-metre line. Mariner also a little upright. 4 Panthers driving backwards. But he gets himself to ground. 25 out from the line in midfield. Reynolds turns it back inside for Ricky. Spins away from Lussick. But there's 3 more Panthers there to bring him down. 30 out from their own line. The Broncos, 2 tackles left. They'll need another big kick here as Preston 10 short of halfway. Whoops. Oh, I've just screwed up the clock big time. The kick downfield. It's over the head of To'o. It's going into the end goal, and it's going to sit up a metre inside the dead ball line. Oh, To'o just completely stands up Ezra Mam and gets himself back in the field of play. Brian To'o has done an amazing job there. Completely wrong foots Ezra Mam. Jenkins on for Talangi. Cleary cut out pass left for McLean. Tries to wrong foot Big D, Dan Mariner out there, but nothing doing. Papali'i, dummies. Takes the 5th and last here, 10 short of halfway. Cleary from inside the 40. Bounces it in front of Walsh. Traps it with his nuts. Fires it infield for Karapani. So I've made a complete cock-up of the clock here. We're 14 minutes now into the second half. I accidentally hit the reset button. Ben Hunt on the field as the Broncos now halfway through their set. Carrigan out the back for Reynolds. Gets the offload back for Haas. Haas takes it up over halfway. Carrigan at first receiver. Reynolds out the back for nobody, but it bounces kindly for Staggs, who once again gets away from his man. This time Blaze Talangi. Taken down 30 metres out on the 5th and last. Walsh with the attacking kick. Oh, it's a high testing bomb here. Edwards plants his foot behind the goal line and takes a 7-tackle set. Walsh has overcooked it again. Amazing job there from Dylan Edwards. That was just absolutely incredible. 5 short of halfway here. The Panthers on tackle 1. This is great field position. Yeo carries into the Broncos half. Angela, cuss up. Go Panthers, you can do it. Martin bumps away from Ezra. Fires it back in field for Cleary. And Leota onto Billy Phillips. 30 metres out. Halfway through the set here, the Panthers. Tulungi with the goose step. Can't get on the outside of Ben Hunt. 20 out from the line. Cleary drifting across field for Edwards. Tries to step inside Willison. 5th and last. 20 metres out. Cleary. Well, does he realise it's the 5th and last? Oh, no, they've got one more play. Channel 9 got the tackle count wrong. Cleary kicking across for Jenkins. Jenkins wins it in the air. Pops it out the back for McLean. And Reynolds is there to make the tackle. That'll be a handover. 5 metres out from the line. Broncos ball. Come on, we need more time off. More captain's challenges. More time off. Push and shove again. Reece Walsh going toe-to-toe with Isaiah Papali'i. And the referee did say in the last half that he would start penalising players. And it's a penalty here gone against the Panthers. The Broncos find touch on their own 20. Silliness there from Isaiah Papali'i. And another penalty now for the Broncos. And it is Isaiah Papali'i again. Back-to-back penalties in 2 plays from Isaiah Papali'i. And now 40 metres out from the line as Papali'i's discipline has just gifted the Broncos field position here. A full set of 6 in the Broncos half, in the Panthers half. 40 metres out in front of the post here on play 1. Reynolds dummies inside once, twice. Dummies to the outside. And he almost slips through the tackle of McLean. 30 metres out. Oh, and he's slow to get to his feet here, Reynolds. Don't tell me he's done his hammy again. Oh, the poor old thing. Someone's going to the bin soon, says old wise Hua. They race up quickly on Walsh, but he gets away from the tackle of Cleary. Can't beat the tackle of Papali'i. 2 tackles left now for the Broncos. 15 metres out. Carrigan. For Mam. Shibasaki gets on the outside of Alamotti. Steps back in field. And the Panthers scramble and bring him down 5 out from the line. 5th and last. Mam puts the grubber kick in. Well positioned, Dylan Edwards. It'll be a line dropout. Edwards is gushing out blood. Dylan Edwards, blood gushing out from the top of the head. Let's have a look at what happened here. Ford says, nice close game. We've got time off. Fantastic, because my clock has ended up so far behind. Oh, an elbow on the top of the head from Liam Martin. How sharp must Liam Martin's elbow be, huh? Liam Martin must have a razor-sharp elbow. Cleary, low, flat restart, rolls it across the turf. An awkward one for Karapani to pick up. He comes back in field. Does well there, Karapani. Carrigan takes it inside the 20. 15 metres out. Hunt fires it right for Reynolds. Short ball for Ricky. Angling back in here on play 3. Hunt, slow service out to Reynolds. Walsh for Shibasaki falls as he has to scoop it up from his ankles. Do Flamengo. Yes, it's raining very, very hard. It seems to have eased up just a little bit, but still raining pretty heavy here at CommBank. Fifth and last now for the Broncos. 5 out from the line. Hunt goes short side. Mam looks to grubber it through. Deflects off a Panther's foot. Back into the hands of Ezra. He's called it a turnover, and it's a captain's challenge incoming. Brisbane claiming that it was played at. We know that the referee has been getting these horribly wrong all night long. And that was clearly played at. And then lost forward by Liam Martin. Oh, the referee's having a shocker. The referee is having an absolute stinker. $12 points to 8. 20 and a half minutes left to play. Old Wise Hua asking who the referee is. I've seen him before. Challenge is successful. By the way, challenge is successful for the Broncos. They'll get the ball back. Referee Todd Smith. That's his name. Todd Smith. Scrum down here for the Broncos. 10 meters out, just to the left of the posts. Walsh takes the tackle. He's normally this bad. He is normally this bad. I just can't believe what he's missed. Like so much that he's missed tonight. A meter out from the line. Hunt fires it out for Reynolds. And now Walsh for Mam. Wrapping around the back. Casey McLean misses another tackle. Oh, do you get the feeling that maybe they've rushed Casey back? He's fallen off so many tackles tonight. And I'm sorry, but if you miss one on Ezra... As Willison takes the tackle now. 15 meters out from the line. 2 tackles left. Reynolds turns it inside for Preston Ricky. 5th and last. Hunt for Reynolds. Grubbers in behind the line. Cleary's back to clean up. And it will be another goal line dropout. "19 minutes left to play. Don't worry about my clock. Don't worry about my clock at the bar. I accidentally hit the reset button on the clock. I really should move that button so that that's not possible. There's Cleary again. A low, flat dribbler across the turf on the goal line restart. 25 meters out from the line. Willison, 15 meters out, gets the set restart. Slow ruck ball. Reynolds with the double pump for Ricky. 10 meters out. Reynolds out the back for Walsh. Harbour Bridge over the top for Karapani. Karapani for the corner. Loses the ball. Great defense from the Panthers. Dylan Edwards sporting some fresh headgear. And Brian To'o have come across to save the day. Karapani with the line wide open. Dylan Edwards, that's how you make a cover tackle. Oh, I don't care who you go for. You've got to applaud that. That is what you call a textbook cover tackle. Dylan Edwards. No try. Karapani dropping the ball over the line. Panthers. Dylan Edwards, that's amazing. He's back on the field, sporting some fresh headgear. Fantastic effort. Panthers lead 12 points to 8. 18 minutes left to play. Clipped FC, ahoy. No, Tessa Casman Reynolds is still on the field. Is Yeo up over halfway. Takes on his opposite, Carrigan. Last tackle now for the Panthers. Cleary puts the high ball up. And everyone lets it bounce again. Martin bats it back for Cleary, then spills it. And the Broncos with Shibasaki diving on the loose ball. They'll come back for the knock-on against the Panthers. 12 points to 8. Even the Channel 9 clock is glitching out. That's hilarious. Melinda Pora, the Cronulla Sharks. That's my team. The Shibasaki up to the 40. 12 points to 8. 17 minutes left to play. Broncos on halfway. Carrigan for Reynolds out the back now for Walsh. Holds the pass up nicely. And Staggs found half a gap. Jenkins brings him down. 2 tackles left. Broncos. They've had all the momentum the last 10 minutes or so. Shibasaki puts the bumpers up on Cleary. 5th and last. 20 out from the line. Reynolds now stabs it in over the top into a little bit of space. It sets up for Ricky, but Blaze Talangi gets in the way and bats it dead. Another goal line dropout here for the Panthers. Boy, oh boy. Blaze Talangi saving the day. Nathan Cleary, again, dribbles it across the deck in these wet conditions, but a very nice bounce there for Reynolds. Fires it in field for Haas, and Payne in the Haas. 30 metres out in midfield. Jack Glenn, ahoy mate. Preston takes it inside the 20, but they drive him straight back out. Big defence from the Panthers, and he's lost the ball. Preston Ricky, in the face of that aggressive defence, coughs the ball up. The Panthers have held them out again. Incredible. There's a captain's challenge here for the Broncos. They almost have to, don't they? They almost have to. They need to take points away. They've had 10 minutes of momentum, 10 minutes of attack. They almost have to come away with points. This is a big mistake. This is a potentially huge mistake. Preston Ricky. The Panthers, there's hands all over that ball now. They're just making the tackle. There are hands on the ball, but the challenge is successful. Wow. The challenge is successful. There was absolutely no stripping motion involved in that play. Billy Phillips, he is on the other side of the tackled player. I don't understand how you can call that deliberate. But anyways, it's kept the game interesting. 15 minutes left to play. And the Broncos have just been handed another opportunity. Reynolds goes short for Ricky. Spins into the contact, 10 metres out. And that's play 2 for the Broncos. Reynolds drifting across field again, this time for Preston. 10 out from the line. Hunt in no man's land. Fires it for Walsh down the left edge. Back for Hunt. Completely clueless attack here. 10 metres out from the line. 2 tackles left. Who's going to steer this ship? Haas rumbles it up. Fifth and last. 5 metres out just to the left of the posts. Reynolds bobbles the ball. Goes out the back for Mam. Stabs it in behind. As a matter of fact, Reynolds has knocked it on. The pass from Hunt was down at his ankles. Fifth and last, Ben Hunt from dummy half down at the ankles of Reynolds, who knocks it on. Oh, what happened to the Broncos? That set of 6 was atrocious from start to finish. 14 minutes left to play. And that's a huge let-off for the Panthers. That was just a terrible, terrible set of 6. 12 points to 8. Not asking any questions of the Panthers' defense on that occasion. They're out of ideas, it looks like, the Broncos. Out of steam, out of ideas. Leota up to the halfway line. 2 tackles left for the Panthers. 13 minutes left to play. Cleary. Oh, forward pass is called. Forward pass called. On the halfway. Well, they're all over Billy Phillips. And yes, quite clearly forward pass there. Quite clearly a forward pass, but yeah, they're all over Billy Phillips at the moment, the officials. It'll be a scrum down here for the Broncos on halfway. Presented another opportunity. With 12 minutes 44 left to play. $12 points to 8. K. Mel says, can this game finish or have a team with a good lead? I want to sleep. Broncos. Held up here inside the Panthers half. Walsh plays it. 45 metres out. Carrigan. To the 40-metre line. Set restart here for the Broncos. They continue to dominate this second half. Possession. Territory. Momentum. Everything going their way but the scoreboard. 60% possession in this second half, I do believe. Slow play the ball here from Reynolds. Walsh turns it back inside for Ricky. 20 out from the line on play 4. 12 minutes remaining. Reynolds drifting across field. For Walsh, flat pass there for Willison. Surely forward. No call. Walsh out of dummy half. Fires the cutout pass for Karapani. Has he scored it this time, Karapani? The try's been awarded. Karapani's got himself across. Has he got it down this time? No, he's put his... Oh, has he put his foot in touch? They'll have a look. Karapani's left foot has possibly touched the line. Well, we need to slow it down a little bit. They've just played the replay through in full speed. Here we go. Karapani's foot. Oh, that's close. That is close. That is very, very close. Well, at the moment, it's a try to Karapani. Try's been confirmed. There we go. 12 apiece. And we've got a blockbuster finish coming up. The Broncos. They have dominated 30 minutes of this second half. They needed those points. Reece Walsh has taken over the kicking duties here. From the sideline, Walsh puts it on target. Conversion successful and the Broncos lead. Some huge question marks over the pass. Some question marks over the foot in touch. But all that matters is what's been awarded. And it's 14 points to 12. Panthers get us back underway. 10 minutes left to play. Talty from the back fence. Slow play the ball inside their own 20. The Panthers been on the back foot this entire second half. Walsh out the back for Mam. Short ball for Willison. The Panthers swarm and bring Willison down. Shibasaki. Oh, we've got an issue in back play for Willison. He's all right, though. He shrugged it off. Kick from inside the 40. Bounces into the 20, but sits up for Edwards. And Edwards will return it to the Panthers' 20-meter line. Talangi scampers out a dummy half. Out to the 30-meter line. Quick play the ball. Jenkins back into midfield. To'o at first receiver. 10 short of halfway. Good post-contact meters again there for Brian To'o. Martin into the Broncos half. Fifth and last. Cleary puts the high ball up. Walsh comes forward for it. Takes it on the 20. Bounces away from Phillips, but he's wrapped up there by Alamotti. Penalty's gone here to the Broncos. The kick chase offside. Oh, this second half has been one-way traffic. Second half, all Broncos. 8 minutes left to play. Reynolds with the touch finder. 10 short of halfway. Shibasaki with the tap and go. Mania too. Ahoy there. I thought you'd given up a few weeks ago. Willison with a good carry. 40 meters out now from the Panthers line. Quick play the ball. Talty angling back in. Penalty blown for high contact. 40 meters out right in front. The high shot there from Isaah Yeo. ARW, ahoy, mate. 7 minutes left to play. Broncos put it into touch. 20 meters out. They're coming in for the kill. Willison. 10 out from the line. Almost has the ball stripped away. Liam Martin fighting for everything. Reynolds out the back for Walsh. Mam, one-on-one with McLean. Brought him down on this occasion. Casey. 5 out from the line. Walsh for Hunt. Short for Haas. 10 meters out. Right in front of the posts. 3 tackles left. Walsh, short ball for Ricky. And he's put on his back a meter out here. Play 4. Haas rumbles forward. 5th and last. 6 minutes left. Reynolds for Walsh. Short ball for Willison. That'll be a handover. 6 minutes for the Panthers to go the length of the field. Fake Slim Shady. Ahoy, mate. 6 minutes left, a second half that's been absolutely dominated by the Broncos. Territory, possession, momentum, all been with the Broncos. Smith carries it outside the 30. Quick play the ball. Yeo. Out the back for Cleary, who then in turn out the back for Edwards. Finds space. Feeds it to To'o on this right edge. And To'o into the Broncos half. Has to cut back in field on play 4. 5 minutes remaining. Cleary heading out to the left. The double pump for Taulagi. Cut out pass for McLean. One-on-one with Staggs. Staggs brings him down initially. And then the second effort puts him into touch. Casey McLean was taken down in the field of play. He got up and tried to go again and then was taken into touch. So here we go. McLean taken, well, he's not held. He spins, gets up and goes again. And that, I've got to say, is fair play and a poor mistake, inexperience from Casey McLean there. He got up to go again. He certainly wasn't held. 4 minutes left to play. 2 points the difference. A second half that's been dominated by the Broncos. Willison, 5 short of halfway. 3 tackles left. Carrigan up over the halfway line. Slow play the ball here on tackle 4. Reynolds turns it inside for Ricky. He's gotten through a mountain of work this game, Jordan Ricky. 5th and last. They stay short side here. Reynolds puts the ball up. And it's taken by the Broncos. And bobbled. That'll be a handover. 20 out from their own line. The Panthers. 3.5 minutes to go. And they've got to go 80 meters upfield. The Panthers. Well, you wouldn't put it past them. Jenkins to the 30-meter line. 3 minutes left. Still inside their own half. Cleary. Cut out pass for Alamotti. Angles back in. Shibasaki brings him to ground. Still inside their own half. 3 tackles gone. Edwards takes the settler in midfield. 2 minutes 40. Yeo for Cleary. Taulagi. Dummies. Taken down by Reynolds. 40 meters out from the line. 5th and last. Cleary back inside. Jenkins. He's held. Fires it back in field for Cleary to go again. Flicks it out the back for Yeo. Sorensen to Martin. Alamotti. Alamotti gets away from Shibasaki. Pops it up for To'o. Grubbers in behind the line. And the ball's claimed by the Broncos. The referee, Todd Smith, has called a knock-on, I believe, against the Broncos here. And they've captains challenged immediately. This is huge. Oh, knock on To'o. Panthers have challenged the call. Okay. Referee has called a knock-on against To'o. Panthers are challenging. And To'o, he's got his foot to it. It's play on at this stage. To'o grubbers through. To'o has put the kick back in field. It's play on at this point. And then Alamotti flicks it back in field. Intercepted by Karapani. Karapani takes it into touch. We are going to have 2 minutes. We are going to have 2 minutes. Oh. Now Karapani's been taken into touch a metre out from the line. The whistle has been blown. Karapani is in touch there. Challenge by Penrith successful. But it'll be a Broncos play the ball a metre out from their own line. A play the ball, tackle one for the Broncos, a metre out from their own line. 2 minutes left to play. Broncos a metre out from their own line. 2 minutes left to play. The Panthers might get one more tackle. Martin races up out of the marker to make the hit. Shibasaki, 10 metres out. Talty takes tackle 3. Haas brings it outside the 20. 3-man tackle. Now a 4th man comes in. A minute and a half to go. Carrigan takes the 5th and last. Broncos on their own 30-metre line. Walsh gets the kick. Charge down, but it sits up for the Broncos. Karapani in space. Oh, why would you go the charge down? Karapani up over halfway. Still going. 40 metres out from the Panthers line. The ball has been stripped. Knock on against the Panthers. That'll be the game. The charge down from Liam Martin straight into the hands of Karapani restarts the tackle count. And then Karapani has the ball stripped, but it's knocked on Papali'i. Broncos will get the scrum here, 40 metres out from the line. Panthers have challenged the call of knock on. It's unsuccessful. $14 points to 12. The Broncos can just wind down the clock now. As the scrum packs 40 metres out from the line. 50 seconds remaining. Our clock caught up quite well, really, considering considering that I restarted the clock with like 15 or 16 minutes already in. It's done well to catch up to within 5 minutes. Not bad at all. There we go. Pat Carrigan. I did it on purpose that time, by the way, because there's only 20 seconds left to go. 20 metres out. Talty. 15 from the line. Slow play the ball. Purposely a slow play the ball. This will be it. Payne Haas. What a man to give it to for the last tackle. And that's the game. Just to add insult to injury, the referee blows full time early before the siren. And the Broncos come up with the victory. There's a lot of question marks over that one. My God. Oh, of course it was a Reece Walsh masterclass. Of course it was all Reece Walsh. 14 points to 12 at full time. Mania, too, says finally. And the Broncos snap. What was it? An 8-game losing streak to get themselves back in the winner's circle. $14 points to 12. Henzi says, man of the match, the officials. Yeah, well, like I said, some very interesting calls. TikTok Master says, I thought the Broncos player was into touch when the whistle was blown. Well, common sense suggests that that would have been the call, but yeah, there's very little common sense when it comes to the bunker. Who knows what the bunker's going to come out with? And officially, the call was, it was simultaneous, essentially. The referee blew the whistle before Papali'i fell onto the touchline where he was falling anyway. And because the whistle was deemed to have blown before Papali'i went into touch, the challenge is still successful, but the Broncos get the play the ball. Yeah, TikTok Master, it's one of those things that'll come out on Monday and they'll say, sorry, we got it wrong. But it doesn't really help in the moment, does it? Modak439 says up the Broncos. Philip West, thank you for another mad session. Up the Storm. Oh boy, Storm. It's going to be tough for them with no Munster. Cameron Munster out for up to 6 weeks. Going to be very, very difficult for the Storm against the Roosters. Dylan Edwards still sporting the battle scars. Ibrahim, yeah. Oh, yeah. Reece Walsh doesn't get called for forward passes, Ibrahim. It just doesn't happen. So play on. Nothing to see there. Play on. Nothing to see. $14 points to 12. All over Millie Yellowu. Broncos, 14 points to 12. TikTok Boom 8371 says too easy. Jason Callaway, you've got to wake up at 5:30 for work tomorrow. Oh, 5:30. Bollocks to that. I think if I had to get up at 5:30 in the morning to work, I would find another job, but 40 says it's almost midnight. For me right now, yes, it's 10 p.m. It's 10 p.m. and I am battling cold and flu symptoms. So I've been smashing the Nurofen all throughout the course of the day. But you know how when you get a cold, it gets worse at night, right? It's like you're okay if you've got a cold or flu or whatever. You're okay during the day. That's how I know that it's not the Rona. I've had the Rona a few times, and that just knocks you out for the entire day. So I know it's not the coronavirus on this occasion. But yeah, you get a cold, you get the flu or whatever it is, and you're okay during the day, during the warmth. Then nighttime hits and you're just bollocksed. And that's what's happened to me now. By the end of that game, I was like... And now that the game's over and I have nothing to concentrate on to distract me from the fact that I'm sick, it's like, boom. I actually, Michelle says, eat more salad. I actually have been on, I'll be lying if I said it's been an all salad diet, but I've actually been on the salad, you know, back into the Fat Busters health kick. So, yes, I've had a Greek salad, chicken Caesar salad. I'm not even on the Captain Morgans anymore. Henzy 2148, cheers, mates. Much appreciated. Lucas Romba says Broncos, powerful game, love it. Dominated that second half. Yeah, Panthers in the wet. We talked about it in the pregame, didn't we? As soon as we saw the rain, it's like, oh, okay. I thought that the 14.5 points for the Broncos was insulting. 14.5 line was insulting, I thought. And when we saw the rain in the pregame, and that pretty much just nailed it. Like, Panthers, for whatever reason, if they lose games, to teams that they should not lose to, you can guarantee that it's in the wet. You can guarantee it. And once again, it has proved to be the case. No tries in the second half to the Panthers. It was an interesting second half. One-way traffic, really. All right, enjoy the Aussie rules, Michelle. Yeah, I'm going to head off and take my medication. Mr. Ed's dead. Ahoy, mate. As I said, I've been pumping the Nurophens, so I'll take my meds so that we can be back for tomorrow. We are back to Friday night double headers. The Sharks taking on the Knights in the early game, and the Roosters taking on the Storm at Allianz Stadium in the second game. So, there we go. It is really full time, Kai. It is really full time. Bloke, nah gig says must be a bug going around town. You got it too? Well, I know exactly how it happened to me. I know exactly how I caught it. Yeah. Because obviously it's quite cold in Brisbane at the moment. And yeah, I woke up pretty early in the morning one morning. It was about 5, 6 a.m. and I woke up and my blanket was completely off me and on the floor next to the bed. And I've woken up and it was quite cold, as it normally is. I did have the heater on, but still, you needed that second layer. And yeah, it was the very next day that I got sick. But anyways, 14 points to 12 here at full time. A lot of interesting decisions by the referee and the bunker tonight. But yeah, I guess gotta keep the Broncos in the conversation, don't we? The NRL can't have the Broncos falling out of contention this far out. Anyways, Sharks Knights tomorrow and Roosters Storm. Double header. We are going to lock ourselves in for it. And then Saturday, it's the All Blacks. The All Blacks taking on Ireland. What a huge test match that's going to be. So I'll definitely be doing that. Whether or not we do the Wallabies-Italy game, I feel like doing the Wallabies-Italy game because I've just got this sneaky little suspicion that one's going to be a lot closer than people expect. I've got a feeling that the poor old Wallabies, they were atrocious in the second half against France. And if Italy can play the way that they did in the first half against the All Blacks, if we get first half Italy and second half Wallabies, there could be the boil-over of all boil-overs. And if that happens, I want to be part of it. If that happens, I want to be a piece of that. I think that will actually be a closer game than people expect. But NRL doubleheader tomorrow. We can argue about referee decisions all night long. There were some atrocious ones tonight. And ultimately, though, you've got to be... This is what I always say. You've got to be... You still have to be in the position to take advantage of the calls that go your way. So, credit to the Broncos tonight. They kept themselves in the game. They kept themselves in a position to take advantage of the 50-50 calls that fell their way. I mean, we can't even call some of them 50-50 calls. They were 70-30s. But they were close enough to take advantage, and they were good enough to take advantage. So ultimately, that's all that matters. 14 points to 12. There's no asterisks in NRL results. All that it will say in the record books is Broncos 14, Panthers 12. There'll be no little asterisk that says some dubious calls went the way of the Broncos. So everyone just has to suck it up and move on. Panthers are still top of the table. Broncos still missed the finals this year. Status quo remains. Catch you all tomorrow. Sharks versus Knights. Roosters versus the Storm. We'll see you then on the Waste of World of Sports. Cheers for being with us for this one.